Before I begin, I'd just like to thank the faculty and staff for giving me the opportunity to give this speech. I'm here to talk to you about my journey through the McQuaid Jesuit Middle School. I started here at McQuaid as a 5'1", squeaky board 7th grader with a few friends from my old school. On the first day of school, I was nervous, as most kids were, going from a cubby that I shared with 3 other girls to a locker surrounded by dozens of boys that I didn't know. Within a month or two, some of these students grew to be my friends, as I met them through sports, classes, or through other friends. Over the past 2 years, I've spent a lot of time getting to know these students. We talked at lunch about very important topics, such as which team Kevin Durant would go to, or which teacher has the best facial hair. In case you were wondering, it came out to be a tie between Mr. Herschel and Mr. Hood, before, in an unexpected turn of events, Mr. Hood shaped my life. I've also spent time bonding with my classmates outside of school, like on the class trip to Toronto this year. The trip was great, but honestly, the bus ride was the best part. It's always fun to get to know somebody by teaming up with them for a 2-on-2 roast battle that Marky Tatchin and I clearly won, but the judges were, as Sam Tarnowski would say, great. Anyways, switching schools can be a scary thing, but the switch to McQuaid was easy due to the friendliness of the students and the faculty. One of the first things I learned at 7th grade orientation is that McQuaid is a school of brotherhood. I didn't really know what brotherhood meant at the time, but after 2 whole years at McQuaid, I think I figured it out. Being a brother doesn't have a clear definition. It's entirely based on actions. The best way to describe brotherhood for me is simply stated in Bro Code Article 58. A bro always has his bro's back. Having a bro's back isn't letting them cheat off your test or not snitching on them when they do something bad. Having a bro's back is being there for your bro when they need you the most, like ganging up on social media against one of the top junior judges to let him know that his show was great and that Anthony Smith's mac and cheese was clearly the best. I mean, the other kids just used the ingredients on the box in the instructions. Anyway, in a shocking plot twist that had the whole world on the end of their seats, our poor brother Anthony was indeed chopped. 0 for 2, but you'll get him next time, champ. The biggest example of brotherhood through the whole 8th grade year came when one of our brothers, Tyler Conti, unexpectedly passed away. Coming into school was tough on the following Monday, as our teachers called us into the chapel as a grade to explain what had happened. Sadness took control of the room, but we were there for one another. A brother has his brother's backs. The rest of the day, and pretty much the whole month, was filled with support from our classmates and the faculty. A few days later, we all stopped thinking about our lives to celebrate Tyler's life at his funeral. We went there to remember Tyler, comfort our friends, and to be there for Tyler's family. Even if you're not close with your brother, you'll always be there for him. This magnanimous act of brotherhood was not just shown through our 8th grade, but as a whole school. I remember taping Conti Strong to the back of my shirt many times throughout the school year, whether it be from the Sima section at a football game, or from the night we took home the annual 7th versus 8th grade dodgeball trophy that we won in Tyler's honor. Losing a brother is very difficult, but your brothers will be there to get you over the bumps in the road. On the class trip to Toronto this year, there were many acts of brotherhood demonstrated. The first thing we did in Canada was go to the Eaton Centre and walk around. The Eaton Centre is basically a 3-story tall mall that's about 3 times bigger than, and many designer stores more expensive than, the Eastview Mall. We walked around store to store, realizing that most of us only brought enough money to buy a Toronto Raptors hat or a pair of Maple Leaf boxers. Others had brought a little bit more money. As I walked through the stores, I saw some of the kids who brought more money lend some to the kids who really wanted something but didn't have enough money to buy it. You can imagine that lending $10 to a classmate might have left a dent in some of their pockets, but they lent the money anyways because that's what a brother would do for a fellow brother. As we continue through the next few years at McQuaid, I hope to see the same type of selflessness that I witnessed here, where a brother cares more about another brother than he does for himself. I'd like to say that the past 2 years at McQuaid have been great. I've always had one brother, but in the past 2 years, I've made 140 new brothers, and I look forward to spending the next few years with them and with many more classmates that I have yet to meet. Go Knights, God bless, and stay Conti strong.